Jack.
I'm Erin.
And we're going to talk about the symptoms of menopause. And just for the record, we did another video where we talked about the 3 stages of menopause. Okay. Menopause is like that 1 year where you actually don't get your period. But for the sake of the videos, we're just going to call it all menopause.
Okay,
right?
yes, yeah.
Because they all have the word menopause in it.
Yes.
Perimenopause, postmenopause, menopause.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a journey.
It's a journey,
Jack.
It's the spring of our life, Erin.
It is.
In the Asian culture, they say it's the spring of our life.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. Except we're going to talk about the symptoms of the spring of your life.
Aren't so great.
Which are more like the fall.
Yeah.
Or winter, the bleak winter
or a pain
of
in
your
ass.
life. Yes, or a pain in your
Or
ass.
your vagina.
Or your vagina. Speaking of vaginas.
Yes.
What happens to your vagina, Erin?
Well, it dries out.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
That's an awesome symptom.
But listen, hey, grapes are great and raisins are great.
Right.
They've dried out. You're still great.
And they turn into wine.
Yeah.
Right. So, but you can do stuff for the drying out
Yes.
stuff. So I have to share a personal story on this. I had a doctor who every time I went to her and said, you know, I have like painful sex. That's when you know that things are drying up. It hurts to have sex.
Or you just make bad choices. It has nothing to do with physical pain. It's just that the bad choices are weighing on you.
It could be that, except I've been married to my husband for a long time, so I have no other choice.
Well,
so okay.
Okay, I can
Whole
go on.
other video.
Whole nother. No, but yes, I've heard, and you know what? I don't want to come off as the person who's like, well, I've heard that. Look, we're all going to go through menopause. I haven't had that issue yet, but I did tell you, and I will say, and I've got no problem saying it, that I have had super heavy periods where it's, and I've said this before, tsunami, and it's like you take a pad and you make a snowflake so that you don't leak, and you feel like you're a 12-year-old kid, and that hasn't.
Wow, I wore one of those right after I gave birth.
Yeah, I should.
Maybe you need one of those.
Yeah, so I think that's my menopause journey. That's my sign.
And not everyone's going to get the same symptoms, right?
But everybody's different.
Yeah. One thing I do really caution is talk to your doctor, and if your doctor doesn't have any advice, get a new frigging doctor, and here's why. Because I was told that, you know, this is just what our body goes through, and then I went to a new doctor and said, like, still having very painful sex, and she said, well, that's because it's too painful.
Oh, no, fuck.
And she said,
can I swear?
Swore on the video. Yes.
Of course I can. I'm going through menopause. Of course I'm going to fucking swear. I've been so polite.
You have been. And
I've
now,
been so polite.
And now I've unleashed you.
You have.
Swearing is a symptom of menopause.
Yes,
we'll add that
I've
to
been
the
doing
list.
it since I've been 10.
Well, some people go through early menopause. But my new doctor did an exam and told me that my uterus is atrophying. I don't know what that means. Do not Google it. You're going to get the worst pictures on your laptop.
That just means it's falling apart, right?
I think so. Or collapsing in an area. I don't know.
Can't they say it in a nicer way? Everything's like, you failed. You're failing.
You failed your uterus.
You're failing.
And then it was like, well, if you don't use it, you lose it. Well, how can I use it when it hurts and now it's like caving in? So I've had to take some estrogen supplements for that. And as you, like a lot of people know, once you are postmenopausal, it is dangerous to reintroduce estrogen. So make sure you stay on top of your symptoms. That's all I'm saying. Because
it's your homework. You've got homework.
Yeah, it could lead to problems down the road.
I know what I do have a symptom, Jackie.
Yay!
And I didn't know about this until my friend Nancy talked about it and revisited it a year later. She felt like she was having a heart attack at one point.
Yes,
anxiety attacks. And she went to emergency, and they said, no, that's part of menopause. And I've been having these like it's like a quick fluttering sort of heartbeat, and I think, is there something wrong with me? But that's it, right?
That's a thing. That's a total menopause thing. But also, again, make sure that, you know, you aren't actually having a heart attack, because after 40, we are at risk. So, but yeah, heart palpitations, because I think they're like linked to anxiety. I get anxiety. I get a lot of anxiety with my menopause.
I'm not even anxious. I'm in a room without my children in it, And I'm sitting having a nice conversation and finishing sentences with my mom. I'm not anxious, but I think it's a hormonal thing.
It is.
It affects the rhythm of your heart. You could write.
I think
a
what
song
we
about it.
oh, that's so Bonnie Tyler of you, or Celine Dion. I feel like menopause just doesn't make sense if we really like unpack it and look at everything that's happening. It doesn't make sense. Also, doesn't make sense why it only happens to women. But I've got better news. If you're a woman, you will go through menopause, and if you don't, the alternative sucks. Okay, so let's stay on the positive.
Yeah.
Also, you have the right to wear white. You can wear white all year and not worry, right?
Oh my gosh, true. Yeah, but who wants to always wear white?
I do.
You could
so
pee,
pure.
but you could pee your pants if you.
You
sneeze,
could pee your pants. That is another symptom of menopause, also pregnancy. So if you're pregnant and had a kid, or if you were pregnant and had a kid, and now you're going through menopause, double bonus. Yep. You're definitely gonna pee your pants every time you sneeze or cough.
Well, and if your vagina's collapsing, of course you're gonna pee your pants.
You may pee more than urine if your vagina is collapsing. So just like keep tucked up in there.
I think I just peed myself.
I'm not gonna look down.
No.
Not sleeping.
Yeah.
That's a big one. That sucks. That's why like women are always trying to find things to help them fall asleep, right?
Right.
Reading a good book doesn't help.
Drinking wine doesn't help.
Drinking wine does not.
Because you don't have a good sleep if you drink a lot of wine.
Yeah.
And then if you can't sleep and you're drinking wine, you're not gonna sleep at all.
And then you wake up with the wine guilt.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a weekday. You're kind of like, oh, that sucks. What else? I would say mood swings.
Yes.
Rage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Have you had that?
Oh, but like I said, I've got 2 teenage daughters. But we're all sort of raging.
Yeah, that's a perfect storm in your house.
Yeah. And life is just intense, especially with social media, especially with expectations now for the girls in high school. It's such a competition. They feel that they have to be perfect and they have to do well, and there are more kids in the class, so they're not getting. So I get there and try to fit in, and then I get that rage, and then I'm asking them to do stuff because I have expectations of them. They have expectations of me. So you mix that all together, and of course you're going to rage. And if you are feeling hormonal or you're going through menopause, that just increases everything.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely amplifies everything, right? Like I've said this many times, like my husband needs a Hurt Locker outfit. Everybody in my family needs a Hurt Locker outfit, and it sucks when it happens. I want to talk about the rage a little bit, and really honestly, because I wrote a post about this one horrible day where I lost my shit on everybody. And it made sense at the time because it makes sense at the time. The thing you're really upset about makes perfect sense, and you feel perfectly entitled to come unglued. But then after, you get that horrible shame and guilt that you feel like you can't even apologize because you've apologized so many times before it just becomes meaningless. And I wrote a post about this one day when this happened to me, and I felt sad the whole day, and I felt isolated from my family because I had yelled at everybody and no one wanted to be around me. And a neighbor on my street, a man, wrote me a really nice note and thanked me for the post, because I don't think men understand what we're going through, and it's fine to make fun of menopause and laugh and make jokes about it.
Yeah.
But the reality is it's a very alienating experience, and with the rage, you tend to really push people away from you, so you're kind of on an island, and no one understands it because, of course not. Again, menopause doesn't make sense, so what you're mad about probably didn't make sense to anybody who's thinking clear.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have no friends.
Well, that's okay, but you know what? You do have friends because there's so many of us going through it.
There's
So at
25
least we can
million
say,
of us. Yeah.
Yes, I did this. Oh, I did that too.
Yeah. I'm just going to go to my book club with my 25 million also menopausal friends.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's my tribe.
There's your tribe.
Another one that I heard, I think it did happen to me, but I went through menopause early. I went through it really early, and I had a daughter late in life, so it was like a gong show around here because it was like pregnancy hormones,
Yes.
a little postpartum, perimenopause. Like it has not been good times around here. But then I was getting like my boobs were sore. I'm like, I can't be knocked up again.
Yeah.
Am I knocked up? And I think a lot of women accidentally get pregnant during perimenopause and menopause because they think you can't. You can. But also tender boobs. Uh-oh, are you knocked up?
No, but
Did
I am
something
one
just
of those.
happen?
I think that I can't get knocked up. And my doctor was like,
Oh.
no. And my mom's like, but I haven't. Isn't that horrible? I'm just, I'm like, I'm too old. They're hard-boiled eggs. It's not going to happen.
I just really loved your reaction there. You were like someone who just got busted. You were like,
I have been busted. Another thing to put in my schedule to take care of. No, and I went on, I put the ring, there's a ring up there that you put up there.
Oh, well, it'll keep your atrophying uterus up there.
That's right. And also, I wasn't supposed to get pregnant, but then I was on it, and it made me crazy, like hormonal.
Yeah. Why do they always give women stuff that makes us crazy?
Because,
and then they call us crazy.
And then because men don't want to put a ring up anywhere near those.
Couldn't.
But a woman can because she's got holes.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, I just realized I hate that word. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we got them. And the guys want to fill them, so.
And they can soon because it'll be on the outside. Just take it. Just take it. Go with that uterus. Yeah. That's a really, so anyway, you can get pregnant. Perimenopause.
Don't do it.
So don't. Just be careful.
I'll try.
Yeah. Okay, so I can't think of any more symptoms off the top of my head, but oh my God, sweats.
Yeah.
Night sweats.
We didn't even include that because it just seems to come with the territory.
Yeah,
right?
like
and all
you just
the jokes,
know.
all the jokes.
Yes, the hot flashes, the fans. It really does feel like my body is replicating the Earth's core temperature. Like, do you feel? Have you ever had that?
I haven't, because like I've said before, I'm warm right now. I've always just been a warm person. Yeah. But can I ask, when you had a contraction, I'll never forget this. I had a contraction and it made me hot. Like the feeling of it. Is that what a hot flash feels like?
No. I had back labor. My contractions were out back here.
Okay.
My hot flashes are, oddly enough, in my lower back. No, you just, all of a sudden your whole body's hot and it's internal. Like, not on the outside, it's on the inside.
Do you tingle?
Yeah, sometimes. And it's weird too because like you could go and jump in a snowbank and I still don't feel like that would actually do it because it's all on the outside.
Oh, okay.
Like when I'm in bed and it happens, I have all the covers off. This is winter. Covers off, ceiling fan on, window open. Greg's in flannels and a duvet. And I am lying there like, oh my God, in a tank top.
And you just can't get cool.
And I can touch my skin and it's cold and prickly because it's freezing in the room, but inside I am so bloody hot. And then my hands sweat. I'm starting to get hand sweats. So just to let
I've
you
always
know,
had sweaty hands.
I've never had them. My sweaty hands started in the last couple of months, and I've been postmenopausal for 3 years. So I'm adding new symptoms to my regime. The last one that I can think of actually doesn't. And again, all these symptoms don't happen to everybody, and some women just get nothing. But these are called surges. Have you heard of a surge?
No.
These things really suck ass because you're almost asleep, you're super comfy, you're lying there going, I have never felt so comfortable in my whole life. My pillow is perfect, my duvet is perfect, and you're almost asleep, or maybe you are asleep. All of a sudden you can feel this adrenaline rush coming up through your legs. And you feel like you have to like tense every muscle in your body to get rid of this surge of energy. And it comes up and it lasts like a couple of minutes.
Oh, God.
And sometimes I'm cuddling my daughter and it happens and I have to like get her off of me. Like you just have to like be free of everything. And then when it's over, it's almost like it has like this residual adrenaline. So now you're wide awake. You're just wide awake. You're thinking, that's another one that's coming. But it may not happen.
It may not happen, but that sucks for people that it does happen to.
Yeah.
Gosh. I guess I try, like when I have like the anger when it wells up and I'm just like, take a breath, recognize the feelings. And I mean, it's taken me 49 years to figure this out. And then I just, I sit in it. I recognize it instead of getting really angry and letting it get up to here because it really wants to get up there. I just sort of sit in it, and you realize it will pass. Like if you sit in it, it passes, and you ride that wave.
That's a really, really good tip.
Well, I don't always do it. I do rage. I go, but
because sometimes it feels good to rage.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
but it's exhausting, right? It's exhausting, and then
it should burn calories.
It should burn calories, and it shouldn't affect your mental health.
No, and
it should just
your
get
relationships.
out. Imagine if we could it would be like energy for the earth. All that, right? If we could make it a positive
oh my God,
thing.
we could turn our rage into solar panels.
We could put it into solar panels. We could be so loaded. Women.
Oh my God. And then those solar panels would provide all the heat and energy for our vineyard.
Right.
That is producing the wine that has all the supplements we need for symptoms.
And the cheese. We have our own cheese store and bread.
Goats. I think we're going to be rich. We're going to be very rich.
So rich. And not so mad because we're
rich.
We're heating the earth.
Right.
We're warming the earth.
Put all our bodies together. We could have like fun menopause games.
My hands right now.
Everyone in a wool sweater, and they get into like not knapsacks. What do you call them?
See, menopause right there.
See, what do you call those things? You sleep sleeping bags.
Sleeping bags.
And you see who can last in a room with the heat on, and you see who can last the longest in the sleeping bag. That'd be a fun game.
Yeah,
that'd be more like an episode of Survivor.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Did we leave out any symptoms?
Did we? Let us know. Right?
Yeah, I know. We want to hear from you.